Saddle up, folks, because this is it. This is our final video introducing the guest ride horses today. I'm Becca, and thanks for joining me in a life where we live where there are no fences. We've got a great bunch of horses we're going to introduce today. Plus, we had a special guest, subscribers, Kiddo, asked to see and meet these two. So today, we're gonna meet 13 guest ride horses and our two little furry canine friends that go everywhere. We're gonna meet the two riding mules. So if you have really wanted to take a ride on a mule, we've got mules for you. Don't forget to like and subscribe. You have to be a subscriber to win a chance on the mountain with us. It's a $150 value, free. All you have to do is put in the comments. I'm asking you to share with people, and let's get this thing going. Let's go meet these horses and mules. It's kind of a special day too because we have Lee. He's part of our team at Trappers. He's over here running our salon, the horse salon. So Lee is a farrier as well as a horse trainer and our top wrangler. And he's down here giving Doc a little manicure. Doc's getting a trim, very important to trim their feet to keep them healthy. So you'll see Lee in the background as I go through the herd. So we are going to hit this big, beautiful bay. This is Cinco. Cinco is our personal horse. He's Kaysen's horse, and he's a man of many talents. He's absolutely gorgeous. He's getting up there. If you want a nice ride, but not a very long one, you could choose Cinco. Cinco's pretty special because he also, like Moon, has the perfect crescent. Cinco, he's gorgeous, he's smooth, he's sweet, short rides only. And this little gal is Sassy, and she's got one blue eye. She's just really cool. She's a bay, and she's got a little tiny star strip snip or blaze. She doesn't have any other white on her. And Sassy is one of our top picks, particularly for smaller riders, but she can also accommodate a medium-sized rider. She's very solid. I would say that if she was younger, and we'd probably put her right up there with Annie. Even she's with Annie when it comes to just giving you a great ride. Now, when we talk about horses that the guides have tested and they're tried and true, this guy right here is Burdock. And Burdock is a bay. He's an interesting color because he also has a line down his back. So I guess we could argue his color too, like Xena. Burdock has a beautiful blaze, and he's got some really neat ermine spots on his socks. Burdock has the bay black mane and tail, and he will give you a really nice ride. Burdock has seen lots of country like Annie did. Alan rode Burdock all last season, and he was definitely his go-to guy. Alan is going to put him in as a guest ride just because he is that good, and we need to have some guests riding him. If you want an amazing ride, you can choose Burdock, and he's a good sized guy, so he can take most riders unless you're really big. So here's Lee, and you know, I always like to ask people who they would ride. So Lee, who of all these horses would you ride if you could just go out and ride by yourself? Who would you ride?
Probably Summer.
Summer?
Summer.
And so I'm going to ask Terry who he would choose if he got to choose one of these horses.
I'd probably pick this big old bay here.
The big old bay? So the big old bay is Summer. So Alan, if you could choose any horse in the whole herd to take a ride by yourself, who would you pick and why?
I would have to say it would come down to two horses, either Ace or Summer. Ace is usually my go-to, but I think if I was going to ride out alone and had a lot of ground to cover and needed to get there quickly, that Summer would have to be my choice.
Yeah. Summer is definitely a guide ride or a guest ride horse.
She's just big, she can go all day long, and when you have a guest on her, she moves pretty slow and pretty gentle, but when you put a guide on her or somebody that can really ride, she moves out and you can cover a lot of country.
And she's also the boss of the entire herd. Summer rules the roost. Sally is a bay and she is a guest ride. You just have to be a smaller person to choose Sally. She's really nicely trained and she's a great little ride, but she's just a smaller horse. She's gonna run in there in that 900-pound category, so you need to be right around 150. All right, if you wanna ride a mule on the mountain and you wanna go on a short ride or a long ride, this is the guy for you. So this is Cletus. Cletus is a big mule. He's gentle. We've had little kids riding him. We've had an 80-year-old riding Cletus. Everyone who rides Cletus says they get the ride of a lifetime. So Cletus is a bay mule, and he's a big mule, so he can take larger people. And we've also had really small people riding Cletus. Jessie is a good friend of ours, and she brings her guitar on Cletus, rides the mountain, and everyone loves Cletus. So if you want to ride far out on a great mule or a short ride on a great mule, Cletus is the name that you'll want to choose. Polly is one of our riding mules, and if you want a really nice gentle ride, if you're a little afraid, or if you're young, or if you're old, we will take you on Polly and we will lead her. She's short and stout, and she's really been around the block. We just adore Polly, and when she retires, Polly is going to run around the yard with our dogs. That's Polly's job. She's probably getting close to retirement. We have no idea how old Polly really is, but my guess is she's an old lady. And isn't she just the sweetest? She wants cookies, she says. Here comes Copper. Oh my goodness, you would be smart to choose him. Okay guys, I really want this guy to go viral. He is absolutely just the coolest cat on the mountain. He was definitely my go-to with Harley, the two of them. And he's absolutely just the sweetest. He's got this big old blaze. He doesn't have any other markings, like I said. He is beautiful, in my opinion. He's got some halflinger in him, obviously. And then he's a big horse. You can see how big he is next to me. Great ride, he'll walk out. He's very nicely trained. You just can't go wrong if you choose Copper. And you'll see lots of pictures that I'll be posting with me and Copper. And I'm sure there'll be days that I'll sneak out and ride the mountain on him, even though he's a guest ride. So if you want to ride a sorrel, another choice of sorrels is Hoxie. This is Hoxie. He's not a big horse, and he's getting a little older. And we tend not to take him on super long rides, but he would give you a really nice ride. Hoxie's a good guy. He knows his job. He's been there, done that. Hoxie just has a tiny little star, 2 hind socks. We've had every age of rider on Hoxie, and he's given him a great ride, huh? He's got a cute little head. Say hi, Hoxie. There's Hoxie. So while we're on the sorrels, we're going to talk about this guy, Ace. Ace is Alan's also ride, and he is exclusively Alan's. He tends to run a little bit hot, we would say. He moves right out. He's a walker. And if you really are a super good rider and you want to move out on the mountain and go somewhere quick, you could probably talk Alan into riding Ace, but you're going to have to arm wrestle Alan for him. Alan really, really likes Ace. And he's a sorrel with a blaze, 4 white socks. Yep, if you want to cover some country, pick Summer and ask Alan to take Ace, and you can go far in just a few hours. Or maybe Alan would let Lee ride Ace if you want to go, but I'm not going with you if I have to ride Ace.
Why not?
It's Harley or Copper. Actually, I think Copper could keep up.
They might.
Yeah, Copper can walk out. I'll ride Copper. I'm just getting older now. And Ace, you know, he runs a little hot for me. Thanks, Lee.
You're welcome.
We're gonna go over here and see if we can get up next to Showdown. And you remember Showdown from that first video where he and Apache didn't want to cross the bridge and come down. I think they just wanted to have that whole upper pasture to themselves. We're gonna go meet old Showdown. Showdown is a really great ride. He was probably one of our top rides for just going out endurance-wise every day. He's an average-sized horse, so he can take most riders from small to big. He moves out really nice, gives you a nice ride. If you like white horses, you know, Showdown's truly a gray, but he'll give you a great ride. So Showdown. Grizz here is another one of our white horses you could choose to ride. Grizz will give you a really nice ride. He's a bigger horse, so if you're a bigger person, Grizz is definitely the horse for you. Grizz is part draft. That's where he gets his size. He's a little bit shy, so we'll see if we can give him a big pet. He's a good ride, and he's a sweet pea. Grizz. We have Apache. You guys met Apache in the first video. He was with Showdown, being a renegade. They don't get to be together now because this pen here is what we call the hard keepers. And so we have some horses that tend to not gain weight easily, and Apache is one of those. He's probably getting some age on him, but man, is he a walker. He can go like crazy. He's kind of a ladies' horse. He tends to just do better with ladies, but if you like grays, or he's white now with his age, if you like those horses, Apache would be a good choice for you. He is very, very solid. I've seen Apache get in a couple situations, and he was amazing. Apache, he's a tall horse, so be ready to step high in the stirrup. So I promised that we would meet our dogs. We're going to start first with KOSHA. KOSHA is my dog. KOSHA is now 4 this spring. She is an Australian Shepherd Corgi mix, which we don't see a lot of Corgi in KOSHA. She's a very loyal dog. If you come up to Trappers in the summer, you'll see KOSHA running around, and she is the subscribe button. So PYNEE is an interesting dog. PYNEE is Border Collie and Pointer, and she is very durable. She's a super durable dog, and she'll go all day long with us too. She's very pleasant, and at Trappers she'll come to meet you, but she's a little bit more shy than KOSHA when it comes to the guests. KOSHA will play fetch all day long with somebody, but please don't throw rocks at her because she will try to catch rocks as well. And we don't want her to break her teeth. KOSHA and PYNEE will ride on the longest rides that we have. They go off leash, very friendly dogs, very well trained. They'll go on the trail. They don't bother other dogs, guests, or people. Sit. And that's the training behind an amazing dog. KOSHA, can you talk? So if you had to pick a horse for a guest to ride with you to go out on a ride, who would you pick?
That's a tough one. There's so many good ones to choose from. But I think for a guest to ride along with me, I would have to choose probably Doc if they wanted to ride a horse. But if they chose to ride a mule, I would say Cletus right over there.
Yeah, Cletus is a dandy, and so is Doc. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I feel like since I started this thing with Zena, I should end it with Zena today. I just wanted to thank you for watching the video, and come and visit us. If nothing else, just come up, grab a burger, get a drink, have a great cup of coffee, and come see these horses. Please like, subscribe, and share. And don't forget to put in the comments today the horse that you choose. We've got a bunch to choose from and you could win a ride. I will be doing the drawing on a week from today. Make sure that you have commented Ride of a Lifetime on and choose the horse. You could be riding whichever horse you choose out on the mountain with me or whomever the guide is that you choose that day. Remember, if you want to take a ride on Harley, I'll let you. And let's think about not having any barriers. Don't put up fences for yourself. Live like there are no fences. Yes, that's right, huh? So we just finished up the chores and I'm so excited because I'm going to go get my side-by-side. So we've always snowmobiled into Trappers. We have to snowmobile about 21 miles to get there. And I've been really wanting a side-by-side and I decided this year to pull the trigger and I traded in my snowmobile for a side-by-side. And I added tracks to it. So we're gonna take you guys to Trappers in the side-by-side. Alan will be riding his snowmobile and you get to see it up there in the winter. That's coming up next week.